By this point, everyone knows about everything that is happening in America right now and that has been happening in America. But wrongful, the murder of George Floyd at the hands of the police has served as a catalyst the discussion of racism globally, because not just in America, globally. Racism and police brutality here in the US, amongst many other things, systematic racism, prejudice, etc. And of course those conversations have spilled on over here in the Booktube community. I've been watching other creators' videos and feeling their pain and seeing their pain, and I don't think even still that people understand how hard this is, how frustrating it is. Because the thing that I just keep coming back to in my mind is we have been saying that police have been unlawfully killing us, brutally murdering us in the streets. We have been talking about police brutality. We have been talking about racism and prejudice in the Booktube community. So why all of a sudden, because there's a pandemic going on and people don't have anything to do but sit at the house and watch the news, is this the catalyst for y'all to finally pay attention? And it just makes me feel like in my 29 years of life, all of the marching and protesting that I've done, all of the petitions that I've signed, all of the talking about black people and discussing racism and just everything, it makes you feel like it fell on deaf ears. This is not the first time and this is not the last time that something like this has happened and will happen. Racism is so deeply embedded into the DNA of this country that it's not going to be eradicated overnight. It's not even going to be eradicated in my lifetime, I don't believe. When I sat back and thought about what was the first or one of the first incidents that I ever remember dealing with police brutality, the first thing that I could think of was Sean Bell. And if you don't know who Sean Bell is, look it up. But they literally murdered this man. I mean, shot this man up the night before his wedding. And it was a huge national headline. I remember them showing it all over the national news, how often they talked about it. And then later on, it was Gina 6. And if you don't know what the Gina 6 is, or the Gina, I'm not sure the correct pronunciation, but if you don't know what that is, you can look it up too. And I remember being in high school protesting with my administrators about the Gina 6. And then I remember marching for Trayvon Martin. I remember doing spoken word poems about Philando Castile. And it's kind of like, when I think about those incidences, those things happened years ago. Some of that stuff was over 10, 15 years ago. And I'm tired. I really am. I am so thankful for the young creators who get on this platform. I'm so thankful for the Aminas and the Mayanas who can get on here and talk about this on a regular basis, because I'm really starting to lose the strength to do so. And I get in front of this camera and I talk to y'all about these books and about these black books over and over again. And I promote black authors and I put a smile on my face. When daily we deal with racism in America, this is not something that you ever take a break from as a black person. It is so embedded in my psyche, in my subconscious, that when I actually sat back and thought about how race affects my life from the moment I wake up in the morning until I go to bed at night and while I'm sleeping, when you have to go to work, when something like this happens and people think it's political, when they think that they really need to have a freaking debate with you about black people being killed and murdered in the streets, but it's political. So my life is political rhetoric. Are you kidding me? When people who are not you, who are not black, who are white and privileged, want to sit up there and have debates and conversations with you about why they think that we always making it about race and what their point of view is on racism. You're not experiencing it. You're not experiencing it. You can never walk a day in my shoes. I hope and pray that everyone takes a hard look at themselves. I want you to take a look at yourself and ask yourself what you've done. Because what I have found is that the black people in this community, we come together, we fight, and we discuss these issues all the time, and I still ask myself, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? So if you turned a cheek, if you turned a blind eye, and if you've ever been complacent, let me tell you something. You need to do better. When they say community, that means you serve me and I serve you. Not one way, not when it's convenient. Not when it's convenient, not when you find the time, not when you're laid off from work for 2 months and you can finally decide that you give a damn. I really hope and pray that we continue to find the strength to keep on fighting for the forgotten. Because somewhere down the road and somewhere along the way, people really decided that this wasn't their issue. This is everybody's issue. And I'm tired of keeping it cute. And I'm tired of tiptoeing around it. I'm tired of keeping quiet just to make other people feel comfortable when my very existence is discomfort. I will leave a link down to other people that can tell you explicitly what happened with Bookoutlet. But when I tell y'all, I will never give them another dime. I don't care if they start selling books for 50 cents. You ain't getting a penny from me. I will never support that company again. You companies already have a responsibility to respond correctly during times like this. And not only do you barely say anything, but then you have the audacity to insinuate that black creators and black YouTubers are not family friendly and we post explicit and mature content. So you are really going to get on your platform, which Booktube has supported for years, and spew racial rhetoric? Are you kidding me? I really planned on getting on here and trying to give y'all hope and trying to come on here level-headed. But at this point, like, I'm done with that. I'm talking about black books. I'm talking about black authors, I'm talking about black creators, and that just is what it is. If I can't count on you to be an ally, fine. But I'm not going to be silent and I'm not going to be quiet anymore. I'm done. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I've been on Booktube for 6 years. There are so many videos with black people talking about racism in the community, how things are not fair in the community. The opportunities are not the same for black people. The opportunities are not the same. How many times have we said that? How many times? How many times have y'all thrown black creators under the bus because you feel like they're always complaining? Are you kidding me? You have been conditioned to believe in your own privilege. You have been conditioned to think that it is okay to operate in your white privilege and you can turn the other cheek. I don't give a damn about any of that anymore. When I tell y'all I'm promoting black books, I'm talking about black creators, since everything happened, it's only been barely a week and I already see my timelines and my Instagrams and my Twitter going back to normal, going back to, as y'all call it, business as usual. So that's all the attention that this demanded. So just because we got a few more people arrested with George Floyd, that's it. Just forget about Breonna Taylor, forget about Ahmaud Arbery. The list goes on. The list goes on. Because it's still happening. One conviction ain't gonna stop it. It's a systematic issue. And the only time that y'all click on these videos is when we have our pain on display. My pain is not here for your entertainment or your consumption. So I hope if you clicked on this video that you wanted to get something from it, because baby, listen, if you feeling a way, you should be. Because deep down you know you have not done your part. Do your part. Do your part. I put pressure on myself every day when I step in front of this camera, when I get on this platform, when there are people who comment on my videos, when there are people who support me. I ask myself that all the time. Am I doing enough? What am I doing? What am I doing? And if I can't do it, who's doing it so I can promote them? Because even now I'm like, I can be better. I can do better. I can do more. You shouldn't be able to sleep at night right now. You should not be able to sleep at night. I hope and I pray that whatever you needed to receive, you saw in this video. And if not, just unsubscribe from me. If you still want to have an argument with me about is Booktube racist, if you still want to have an argument with me about Black Lives Matter, if you feel anyway, unsubscribe right now. Unsubscribe right now, because I don't want you here. There are a number of readathons and buddy reads and everything that are happening this month. I know that they are having a Blackathon 2.5 taking place over the weekend of Juneteenth. I know that there is a buddy read that is going on specifically with literature works that discuss racism. I'm going to leave everything in the description box below. I'm going to leave petitions in the description box below. I'm going to leave links for where you can donate in the description box below. And to my fellow Black creators, I just want you to know that I see you. I see you. And y'all are the only thing that has strengthened me during this time. So, thank you. I'll see y'all in my next video.